right. And find a comfortable place to sit. Or if you want to lie down or stand, whatever works for you. Take a moment. Slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. Yep. Wherever you are, just lengthening through that spine, taking much length as you can through that body. Slow down that mind and that breath. Inhale and exhale. A little longer, a little deeper. Just taking a few more breaths right here as you continue to breathe. Try and take your mind to a place, to an intention for your practice this morning. A reason. You get to relieve a little stress mentally. You get to relieve a little stress physically. You get to quiet that body or that mind. Whatever it is, just keeping that intention close in your mind throughout your practice this morning. The next time you take a nice deep breath, lifting up through the top of the head as you inhale, as you exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Rocking that head out side to side in a half neck circle, right ear, right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. Taking that head through center and to the side. When you're ready to settle in over on the right side, keep it there. Press that left shoulder down away, create some space as best as you can to the side of the neck. And relaxing that shoulder and rock that head out a couple times, side to side, right, left, right. When you're ready to come over to the left side, hold it here. Actively press that right shoulder down away, as best as you can. Hold it here, continue to breathe. Relaxing that shoulder, and again, a couple more times, just rock that head out side to side, right, left, right. And then we're gonna bring that chin down towards your chest. Actively push the shoulders back and down. Create some space to the back of the neck. And then from here, as you inhale, lifting that chin up off that chest, you can open those eyes. Take those hands down beside you. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Seated forward fold. Head, chest, and body just coming as far forward as that body will allow. Let the hips open up. Let that back stretch. Just gently come into a fold. And lengthen through the center of the head, top of the head. Keep that spine nice and long. From here, inhale, nice deep breath, bring that head up, and let's walk ourselves all the way up. And if you are sitting on anything, you might want to remove that as we not extend the length in front of us. And just inhale up, exhale, fold it forward. Again, forward fold. Now those hamstrings are nice and long, stretching through the back of the legs. Also, again, that back getting a nice stretch. And from here again, inhale, head up. Let's bring ourselves all the way up onto those hands and knees for a couple cat cows. Now, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Round and reverse. Come into cat. Come into cow. Just articulating and moving the spine. Inhale, exhale. And then when you're ready, coming into cat and holding it in cat. Chin in towards your chest. Tuck that tailbone under, around that spine. Shoulder blades apart, press those hands, fingers down into the ground. And then here, way into cow, reversing that curl, tailbone lifts up behind you. Take those shoulder blades, pull them together. And then again, one more time, just cat cow at your own pace, round, reverse, stretch that spine. One more time each way. Take our way to a neutral spine, over flat back and straight. Be bringing the needles right with the right arm, reaching right all the way up to the right. Take that right arm all the way underneath the left. Down where you're resting on that head. Right arm threaded through, palm up. Left hand can stay beside the head if you need help with support, or you can take that arm up and behind the neck. You can also take that left arm down in front. whatever you need to do for the other arm. If you have any neck issues, keep that hand beside that head so you can help keep support for that neck. And if that left arm is going somewhere else, just try and match it on the other side. And then if that left hand's come somewhere else, bring it back beside your head. We're going to come out of this. And then as we come out of this, we're going to take that right arm up and we're going to reach long and up all the way. And then from here, we're going to roll over onto our side into a modified half moon. So I've got that right arm up, that right leg lifted, left hand underneath that left shoulder. Just coming into a modified half moon, holding here. And then taking that arm overhead, reaching long. We're going to bring the elbow towards the knee towards the elbow. Just warming up those obliques and those abdominals. Elbow towards the knee towards the elbow. Reach long, bring it together, reach long. One more time. Just take that reach nice and long. Take that arm back up over that shoulder, again, that modified half moon. And then we're gonna bring that body weight to the right onto the right leg, right arm down the right leg, and left arm reaches over to the side. Little side stretch to the left side of the body now. Holding here, one more breath. And then from here, we're just gonna cartwheel those hands back and those knees. Come back and get back out here. Before we go to our other side, round reverse. One more time each way. And then making your way again into that neutral spine. Then we're gonna take that left arm, reach all the way to the left long, take it under the right. Coming down, threading the needle. Getting yourself in the same position as before, holding it here. Holding here, and you're trying to bring that other arm other side. Holding here, a few more breaths. Here, unthreading that arm, bringing that arm up, and again, reaching to the left. And then as we come here, coming again, rolling onto the side into your modified half moon, holding it here. We're just coming to try and find some balance here. If you need help with balance, you can always touch that toe down if needed. And take that left arm over that ear, reach forward into a side angle. And then again, elbow to the knee towards the elbow. Bringing that leg in, bring that arm in together, warming up the side of the body, but also the front of the body, the belly, the back. Stabilize here. One more time. And then come back, reach long, hold it here. Bring that arm back up over that shoulder. And then drop that left foot down. Again, bring the left arm down the left leg and reach the right arm over to the left. Coming over, holding it here, stretching again through the right side of the body. One more breath. And then let's go ahead and take those hands back. Come back to the hands and back to the knees and cat-cow a few times. One more time each way. And then we'll make our way to a neutral spine, whatever our flat back is, into a downward facing dog. Curl your toes and hips. Push back into those heels. Come into your downward facing dog. If you come into the down dog, try and keep that head relaxed. If you need to, shake it up, do some yeses and some nos. If you need to walk it out, do what you need to settle in to your down dog. And then just take a few breaths here, relax. And then looking towards those hands, just go ahead and walk the feet To the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs. Lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen that back. Draw it all together. And then from here, inhale to a flat back, half fold. Pull the crown of the head forward, push the hamstrings back, and just hold it here. On the exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive, nice flat back, up and come all the way up. Ending, up. Bring the hands down and around. And then from here, just gonna inhale and bring the arms up. You can either keep the hands apart, or you can take the hands together, over to the right. And again, stretching through the side of the body, trying to take that stretch all the way from the outside of the hip, all the way to the shoulder, through the arms, and then over to the other side. Just reaching, stretching that side body. And back to center again, back over to the right. And through center, over to the left one more time. And then bringing it back to center, take those hands down. And we're gonna make our way down into a toe squat. First, making sure you've got a nice stable thing. We're just gonna inhale, arms up, and we're gonna rise up onto the balls of the feet. And then we're just gonna bend into those knees. Squat, balancing on the balls of the feet. If you need to, you can always modify by coming into a chair. And then from here, you can bring your hands to your heart center. That might help you bounce a little more. And try and get that chest up. So just trying to sit up nice and tall. Just again, balancing on the balls of the feet. Those ankles, hips will work. Stabilize. Breathe. One more breath. First, slowly bring ourselves up. Once we come up and out, release those feet. You need to be in good shape. And then this time we are going to make our way to chair, so we're going to keep the feet nice and flat. And our hips just apart. Inhale, bring the arms up. This time, keep the feet flat, bend into the knees, send the hips back, and sit back into your chair. Bring those inner thighs together, hitting those arms, keeping the chest lifted, sitting back in your chair, just sitting back where you can, holding it here. Take one more breath, and then release to a forward. Move that forward fold. And that stretch towards those legs. Try to draw it all together as best you can. Hold it here. You can walk it out. And stretching those hamstrings. And then from here, hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Under a nice strong plank. Pull that belly in nice and tight. Pull that belly up. Elevate. And at the same time, we're pushing back to those heels. Feel each other under. Lower down. We're doing a tricep push-up because those elbows stay by the side. Lift up to your upper dog. Or the body. Elevate. Lift that chest. Feel those abdominals stretch. Down dog. Curl your toes. Hips. Push back into that down facing dog. As we come into that down dog, hold it here. And you can push those heels back and down as best as you can. Lifting that tailbone up as we push back and push that chest away from the arms. And as we're here, we're gonna lift that right leg up behind you, nice and high, your down dog splits. And then from here, bend that knee, swing it forward. In between the hands where we're looking for it to go. If it didn't quite get forward, left knee, go left. And yourself down. If you need cushion, you can use the pillow, a towel, a blanket underneath your knee. No shame in doing that, especially if you're on a really hard surface. If you need that, take it, find it. Also, if you're looking for things, if you have any yoga blocks, or if you don't own a yoga block, anything like a big book could work. Might need that in our half moon a little later. But right here, tucking that left hip over, taking those arms, elevating long. Left hip to greater. Stretch through that left hip flexor. And then from here, we're going to take those hands on the inside of that right foot. And now as we come down into lizard, and come down onto those forearms. Also, if you want to challenge your lizard, you can elevate that left leg. Come down, elevate to you. If you're good, just staying here, walking down wherever you go. There's a place to where if you kind of walk, you couldn't get all the way down, you could come down onto your block. Feeling some stretches going on through those hip flexors, through those inner thighs. Just holding it. A couple more nice. From here, lift the head up a little bit, walk ourselves back. After we cross, go ahead and move those out of the way. We're going to elevate, come up into a high lunge. So just lift back toe length, come up into high lunge. Bending into those knees. That left foot. Keep a stable, strong place and just hold it here. One more breath. To warrior two, drop onto the inside of the back foot, open the hips, open the arms, bend into the front knee. As we come into our warrior two, get a nice strong stance. With those feet, right toes pointed forward, left toe to the side. But remember, instead of keeping exactly perpendicular, that left foot down a little bit towards the right corner of your mat. That will help alleviating the pressure on that back knee. And as you bend into that front knee, take a look for those toes. Make sure you can still see them. Got some good knee alignment. Not overstretching at that knee. And then that right arm comes, elbow, forearm comes above that right knee, and then that left arm comes over the side ankle. So reaching that left arm forward, you take that reach in that left body. And then again here too, as we next will be going into our half moon. If you do have any sort of a proper, so the easiest place for that, either inside or outside of that foot. Inside of my foot. As we go, we're going to push into that right leg, and as we do, we're going to elevate and lift that left leg. So you can take those blocks them wherever you can. Elevate that left leg, elevate that left arm. Find a good stable place in your half moon. Finding that place that will press the feet. Find your place, elevate, lift. You can modify. That's a sort of a modification. And lift that left leg, lift that right leg nice and long, elevate that left arm. Come into your half moon. You can always go down to your knee if you need to, but definitely a little bit of an intense stretching posture here. Maintain balance, lift and lengthen. Just breathe. Do your best, do what you can. Take one more nice deep breath. And then all we're going to do is release that leg and come into a forward fold. And once you get here, if it feels good, you can walk it out. And then from here, you're going to keep that right knee soft, and that left leg is going to extend, and we're going to take the left arm up. So the leg that you're just standing on is a little bent, and it's the other leg that's nice and long, just twisting and reaching out. Keep breathing. And then bring that hand down. Come back to your forward fold. And here too, if you do have a block or something resembling a block, if you need it, whatever these are great at all different levels. Here, take a couple breaths, relax, and we go to the other side. And then hands down, walk or jump into your plank. That belly in nice and tight, nice and strong. Slowly, chaturanga. Release to your up dog. And then as you're ready, to your downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths in your down dog. Try and relax. And then lift the left leg up behind you nice and high. Bend the knee, swing it forward. Between the hands. Down onto the right knee. Low lunge. Really tuck that right hip under and forward. And again, take a look for those left toes. Remember that knee ankle alignment. Knee over the ankle or ankle a little in front of the knee, spine. You just don't want that foot ankle behind that knee. That overstretches all those tendons and ligaments in that knee. And then from here, again, come down onto our hands on the inside of the foot into lizard. And again, if you've got that block, you want to use that. Or even hesitate to say a pillow because it's not as quite as stable here. It works, but in half moon, it might not help you much. But whatever works. So holding it here and taking that stretch. Maybe those hip flexors, that inner thigh. One more breath. From here, lift the head up a little bit first, a little blood flow, and then as you're ready, bring yourself up. And what we're going to do is curl that back toe, come up to our high lunge, elevate and lift. And into the knees. Over here. Try and really reach those arms nice and high. Try and balance first. One more breath. And then to warrior two, drop on the inside of the back foot. Open up the hips, open the arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Come into your warrior two, holding it here. Take a few breaths right here. Breathe, inhale, exhale. One more breath. And then left forearm, above that left knee, right. Come into that side angle. Take that reach. Try and keep that shoulder open. Try not to let that shoulder and draw and roll forward, but try and keep it back open. And then next is we move into our half moon. Remember, you can modify if you need to take our modified half moon. You can come down to that knee. So remember, if that's not available to you, standing, go ahead and take yourself to where you need to be. So we're going to bring that weight onto that left leg. We're going to elevate that right leg, that right arm. Find yourself a nice stable place. Just stand again if you need to. Come to your knee, go for it. But if you can, hold here. Try and lengthen that left leg. Reach high with that right arm. Elevate and hold. And your half moon. Take a few more breaths. Come out and come back. Go for it. Take one more breath. And then let's release that left leg and come into a forward fold. Forward fold. And now this time, left knee can stay bent. Right leg comes kind of long. And take that right arm up. A little twist, take a little reach. That right arm. Again, left knee is just bent. A little relaxed. And then release, come back to your forward fold. And again, if you've got those blocks and you need them, use them. If not, we've got some. Put it out of the way. Take a couple breaths. And then hands down, walker jump into your plank, belly in tight. And then slowly chaturanga, release to your up dog. And then to your down dog. Curl those toes, lift your hips, push back into the heels, and into your down dog. Hold it here. And looking towards those hands, walker jump, feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. And chest and back into the legs, lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen it all, draw it all together. From here, inhale to a flat back. Really push those hamstrings back, hold the crown of the head forward. And then release to that forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, make our way up. Standing, up we come. And the hands down, down and around. And this time, we're going to bring the legs close together, maybe even touching. And then we're going to bring the arms up, and you can either keep them apart or take them together and take a stretch the side of the body over to the right. And then over to the left. And once again, to the right. And then to that left. Bring ourselves back to center. And again, this time into a toe squat, but this time trying to keep the legs a little bit closer than they were together. So inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. And then as you can, bring ourselves down, bring the hands down into our toe squat. And as we come here, those legs are super close together, maybe even touching. Use those legs to help stabilize. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Once you get here, try and get the shoulders up over the hips. You try not to lean forward. Try and just balance right here. And if you need to, you can always just go into a chair. We'll be going there next. And take a place to balance a little bit. Focus on your breath. And we're just going to come out by standing up. Up and out, around, and then release. And shake it out if you need to. What you need. And then once you're ready again, feet and legs again, nice and close. As we just inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, sit back into that chair. Keep the heels down and into the mat. Maybe you don't sink as far as you do with those legs apart, just a little bit different, but move those inner thighs together. Elevate those arms as best as we can, lift that chest. And into our chair, just a very narrow chair. One more breath. And then release and come into that forward fold. And even in this forward fold, legs with those toes together, maybe a little bit less painful. Hold it here for a deep breath. Really lengthen, really draw it together as best as you can. And hands down, walk or jump to your plank. Now those feet are back where they normally are, about 5 distance apart. And from here, slowly, release your up dog, and to your downward facing dog. Into that down dog, hold it here. And here we're going to come down to our knees into a child's pose. So sit back, maybe about the heart. Feet together, sink back onto your heels. Lower that forehead down to the ground and reach those arms forward. Reaching those arms forward, sitting back, holding it here. And then we're going to make our way back up into our downward facing dog. Lift your hip, curl those toes. And from here, it's going to angle forward to a plank. And then we're going to lift the hips, push back into right down dog. So again, angle forward to a plank. So just getting that core activated a little bit more. Lowering ourselves to the front. Belly nice and tight. Strong for the entire core. Forward, pushing back. One more time. Come back into that down dog. And into that chest. Sit back. Give it a rest. And then from here, lift yourself up, back into that downward facing dog. Back to a plank and just hold it here for a moment. So come into a plank, hold here. And then slowly chaturanga and come to your belly. And we're going to stay here for a moment and give those shoulders a little bit of a stretch. So from here, we're going to take the arms out to the side in a T. We're going to turn the head to the right. Because then we're going to roll over onto that left side. You can bring the right hand in. You're going to keep that left arm nice and long. So that left arm on the ground, you're going to stretch that bicep. We just kind of rolled to the side. So the left arm is at a T. You kind of roll to the side. Use that foot as a stand. Get yourself to a place where you feel good. That left bicep, left arm. And then from here, roll back to your belly. Now the right arm is long out to the side. Nice and long. Left arm comes back by your spine, soft by your body, and roll over to the right side. We're going to stretch again in the upper arm, bicep. And then from here, rolling back onto our belly. Now we're going to take our arms by our side with our pinkies, our palms down, pinkies at our legs. Lift up one leg, the right leg, and put the arm underneath, and then lift up the other one. Then you either rest the head to the side or rest on your chin. But again, stretching those biceps. It's a really hard muscle to stretch. The pillow, you can always rest the head on it. But hands underneath, the palms are touching the ground. The back of your hands are at your legs. Again, get the pinkies to touch onto the body. Great. If not, if you can just get them under, slide them under somehow. Holding here, one more breath. And then lift up the leg, take a hand out. Right, let's take a little shake. And then for our shoulders and our shoelace stretch. So you can see, right arm underneath, left arm goes on top. Arms are reaching out long to the side. And then you're just going to rest the chin down. And once you get here, in order to feel that stretch in your shoulder, if you're leaning and getting into that right shoulder and leaning to the side, you're not going to feel the stretch. You want to keep both shoulders in the same place. Think about them as headlights, and they're both pointed forward. And then you're reaching the arms long out to the side, and then you're resting the head. Primarily, should be feeling the stretch in the arm underneath, the right arm. And stretching the shoulder. His arms a little bit. Sometimes something we don't stretch very often. We do use a lot though in yoga. Just trying to balance the body. And then to come out of this, just kind of roll to the right, release those arms. And then we're going to go to the other side. So this time, left arm underneath, right arm goes over the top, take the arms reaching out to the side. And then as you're ready, lift the head. And stretching the other shoulder now. Breathe here. Maybe one side feels a little tighter than the other. Give me a couple more breaths right here. And then from here, rolling to the left to unthread those arms, and then sit back into child's pose. So sit back and extend those arms down. Maybe feel those shoulders a little different, because here is not as much a shoulder stretch, as more of a back stretch. In the upper back and the low back when we get into child. So just move long forward, little stretch. And then from here, lift the head up a little bit, hover close to the ground, and then as you're ready, walk ourselves all the way up. All right, and then we're taking it onto our back side. Work that belly a little bit more. Right. As we make our way into our boat pose, we're going to take the feet down on the ground, take the arms out to the side, and come into that boat pose. We're going to lean back, come to that V. You've got that V from the head to the hips to the legs, and then you can elevate those legs. Squeeze those inner thighs together, come into your boat. If you need to modify, you can always take the hands to the chins. You can also take the hands at the hamstrings. If you out there, do what you need. Into your boat. Hold here, breathe. And then let's fold forward. So release, forward fold, coming forward. And next up, coming into our earthquake position. So we're going to keep the legs long. We're going to take the arms up to the side, similar to where we were before, but instead of elevating those legs, we're just going to roll back to that place where that belly's going to say, okay, this is enough. I can't go any further. That belly's going to start to quake. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lift up through the top of the head. Pose. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe. One more breath. And then hold it forward. Again, as we come forward, that's a release for that back. Release for that belly. And then from here, once again, we're going to come back into that earthquake. Take yourself back. And the next time we release, we're gonna release all the way to the ground. So just roll back again to that place where that belly is gonna start to quake. Breathe, roll those shoulders back and down. Hold, hold, hold. And then release all the way down. Keep those hands out overhead. Reach, point, stretch. Get that belly, that back stretch here. And we're gonna bring the hands down by the sides. And then you can either take the hands and tuck them underneath the hips if you'd like, or you can keep them down by your side, whatever's gonna help support that low back, because we're gonna lift those legs up. And all we do is we're gonna slowly lower those legs down. Do those legs at once. You can always do one leg at a time. And we're gonna slowly lift those legs back up. So again, if you're having an issue with both legs, if that bothers your low back, you have low back issue, one leg at a time. So again, just continuing here, just doing a few times, giving the belly a little bit of work. The back is going to have to work here. Keep it going as slow as you can. Again, belly's engaged, arms nice and tight. One more time, and once you get those legs back up, hold this leg right here. So holding those legs up. And then from here, we're going to take the legs out to the side. And then we're going to crisscross them in the center. Take the legs out, crisscross. You can either again have the hands by the side or hands underneath the hips if that helps put the low back in a better position, more comfortable. And out, crossing over. Working a little bit of those inner thighs. One more time. And then we're going to bring ourselves back to center and then slowly lower those legs all the way down and let them release. And again, take the hands out overhead, reach, point, and stretch. The belly, nice big stretch. And from here, we're going to bring the hands down by the side. We're going to bring the feet together into bound angle. Stretch those inner thighs together. And we're going to bring the arms up so we can see them. You're going to take right hand, grab the left wrist, and pull it over to the right side of the body. Again, giving that shoulder a little bit of a stretch here. Again, soles of the feet together, bounding on knees out, your thighs are stretching. And we'll bring the arms back up. Left hand grabs the right wrist, pulls it over to the left. All right, bring it back to center. Bring the hands down beside you. Help those legs come back together. And next up, we'll make our way into Shavasana, wherever you'd like to go to take the last few minutes of your practice. But traditional corpse pose here with your arms by the side, palms up, legs extended, but wherever you're comfortable in Shavasana, close your eyes, a minute, let out that body, that mind, and that breath. Lay here and breathe. Slowly bringing some awareness back into that body and that mind. You can move those fingers, toes, hands, feet, arms, legs. Move that head, circle side to side. Whenever you're ready, rolling over on the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go left, but everybody else choose side. Remain here for a moment. Let a little blood flow come back to that heart and that head. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. And that's a quote from Walt Disney. Ready to use your outside arm, push yourself back up to a seated position, back where we began, and hopefully a little closer to our intentions for the day. You guys will have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week. Namaste. Thanks for coming.